Screw this guy here. You can see our slots.
Dealerships love neglected maintenance. It builds their retirement fund. Today we're exposing the 9 motorcycle parts that fail catastrophically when you skip cheap, simple upkeep. And the number one part? Riders spend $1,500 replacing it 3 times before discovering the real problem costs $20 to prevent. Watch closely. This is the difference between spending $300 annually on maintenance or $5,000 on emergency repairs that could strand you 300 miles from home. Here's what separates riders who wrench for decades from riders who give up after one expensive failure. Number 9, clutch cable. Maintenance cost $5 to $15, failure cost $30 to $70 for the cable, plus being stranded wherever it snaps. Riders skip lubrication every 3,000 to 5,000 miles because clutch cables are invisible until they fail. Then they fail spectacularly, usually in heavy traffic where you need the clutch most. A Honda VTX owner on the forums documented his cable snapping at 12,000 miles. Never lubricated once. The fraying started months earlier. Visible if he'd inspected it, but invisible from the rider's seat. The warning signs were there. Slightly increased lever effort, minor stiffness when pulling in the clutch on cold mornings, barely noticeable resistance that riders dismiss as normal cable break-in. Victory motorcycle forums tell worse stories. One rider's cable failed 300 miles from home at 34,000 miles. He'd owned the bike for years, never touched the cable, assumed it was fine because it worked. Tow truck cost $250. Emergency replacement at an unfamiliar shop cost another $120. The trip was ruined. Total cost for ignoring a $10 lubrication job, $370 plus a weekend wasted waiting for repairs. His specific mistake? Riding through rain without re-lubricating afterward. Water infiltrates cable housing, displaces existing lubricant, and accelerates internal corrosion. Within months, individual cable strands start breaking. Within a year, the cable snaps completely. Clutch cables fray at predictable points. The lever end or the lower connection point where the cable bends sharply. Smart riders carry a spare rolled up under the seat. Costs $13 to $70 depending on the bike. Fits in a space smaller than a wallet, takes 15 minutes to install roadside. Several manufacturers recommend replacement every 2 to 3 years, regardless of condition. Almost nobody follows that advice until they're stuck on the shoulder of Interstate 70 watching traffic fly past. The Triumph Forum documents a rider who replaced his clutch cable as preventive maintenance at 2 years. Then cut open the old cable to inspect it. Internal corrosion was visible throughout. The cable would have failed within months. $25 spent proactively saved a roadside disaster. Number 8, brake caliper pistons and seals. Maintenance cost $0 to $35 for fluid changes every 2 years. Failure cost $200 to $600 for caliper rebuilds or replacement. Brake fluid is hygroscopic. It absorbs moisture from the atmosphere like a sponge. Old fluid doesn't just reduce braking power, it crystallizes inside the caliper, pushing seals outward, preventing pistons from retracting properly. The result? One brake drags constantly, overheating the rotor, destroying the pads, and pulling the bike to one side. That's not a maintenance issue. That's a safety crisis. Kawasaki ZX-6R owners know this intimately. The Takiko calipers fitted to 1999 models are famous for corrosion behind piston seals after 9 years of neglected fluid. One owner documented his rebuild at 98,000 miles. Pistons so seized they required hydraulic pressure and mole grips to extract. The inside of his calipers looked like a science experiment. Crystallized brake fluid had formed deposits that pushed the rubber seals outward. New seals wouldn't fix it. He needed complete caliper rebuilds, $35 for seal kits, 3 hours of labor, and genuine pistons at $40 each because the originals were pitted beyond reuse. The Bennett's maintenance guide shows photos that'll make you immediately schedule a brake fluid flush. Chrome flaking off pistons, corrosion so bad the seals were pushed 0.5 millimeter out of their grooves. Once that happens, the piston binds. It doesn't retract cleanly. The brake stays partially engaged, dragging, heating, destroying itself while you ride. Prevention is absurdly simple. Flush brake fluid every 2 years. Shop cost $60 to $120. DIY cost $20 to $40 for fluid. Time investment 1 hour. Alternative, ignore it and spend $600 rebuilding both calipers when they seize. Number 7, air filter. Maintenance cost $15 to $40 for replacement. Failure cost, $2,000 minimum for cylinder and piston damage, potentially complete engine replacement. Air filters seem innocent. They're hidden in an air box, easy to forget, cheap to replace. Riders skip inspections for 20,000 miles because nothing seems wrong. The bike runs fine mostly. Maybe fuel economy dropped a bit. Maybe there's occasional black smoke from the exhaust. Maybe it's harder to start when cold. Those aren't minor issues. Those are warnings that your filter is clogged, creating a rich fuel mixture and potentially disintegrating. Here's what riders don't understand until it's catastrophically late. Severely dirty filters don't just restrict airflow. They break apart. The debris goes one direction, straight into your cylinders. Your engine oil catches some particles initially, acting as secondary filtration. But particle buildup eventually exceeds the oil's capacity. Then you're scoring cylinder walls. That's not a rebuild. That's an engine replacement. Viking Bag's technical documentation confirms what mechanics see constantly. Neglected air filters cause premature wear on pistons, rings, and spark plugs. Athena's engineering guide is more direct. Dirty filters cause complete engine failure. Off-road riders learn this lesson fast or pay brutal tuition. Dusty conditions require filter cleaning after every ride, not every few rides. Desert racers at events like the Dakar replace or clean filters daily because sand infiltration destroys engines in hours, not months. Street riders think they're immune because pavement is cleaner than dirt. They're wrong. Highway riding at 70 miles per hour pulls enormous volumes of air through that filter. Air containing brake dust, tire particles, diesel particulates, and road grime. A clogged filter on a street bike is just slower death than off-road, not immunity. Paper filters cost $15 to $25. Foam filters cost $30 to $50 and last year's with proper cleaning. Engine replacement costs thousands and requires weeks of shop time. Number 6, fork seals. Maintenance cost, $35 for cleaning tools. Failure cost, $200 to $400 per service, potentially $1,600 annually for dirt bike riders. Fork seal failure follows a predictable pattern that riders ignore until oil is dripping on their front brake rotor. Dirt gets under the dust seal. That dirt scores the chrome fork tube. The scored tube creates a leak path for fork oil. Once the tube is scored, new seals won't seal properly. You're replacing the entire fork tube at $300 to $500 per leg, plus seal replacement, plus labor. Risk Racing documents what dirt bike riders already know. Fork seals get replaced 3 to 4 times per year at $200 to $400 each service. That's $800 to $1,600 annually just for fork seals if you ride off-road frequently. The alternative costs $5, a piece of 35mm film, or a specialized seal doctor tool. You slide the film between the seal and fork tube, working it around the circumference, dislodging whatever grit is trapped. Takes 5 minutes. Works on 90% of leaking seals if caught early. Costs essentially nothing. Adventure rider forums show the real cost of neglect. Dealers charge $600 or more for fork seal replacement on modern bikes because accessing the seals requires removing fairings, the front wheel, brake calipers, and sometimes the entire front end. What should be a $50 seal kit and 2 hours of DIY labor becomes a full day at the shop. The math is simple. Clean your fork seals after dusty or muddy rides, or pay someone else $600 to do what preventive maintenance would have avoided entirely. Most riders choose wrong. Number 5, cooling system. Maintenance cost, $25 to $40 for coolant flush. Failure cost, $1,000 to $5,000 minimum for engine damage. Coolant doesn't just lose effectiveness over time, it becomes acidic and starts corroding your radiator from the inside. Myler's Radiators, a company that repairs motorcycle cooling systems professionally, sees this constantly. Bikes arrive with internal radiator blockages caused by contaminated coolant that created corrosion deposits. The radiator needs complete replacement, but that's not the expensive part. The expensive part is what happened before the owner noticed. Overheated engines warp cylinder heads. Warped heads require complete engine teardown, machining to restore flatness, new head gaskets, and reassembly. Labor alone runs $1,000 to $3,000. If the overheating cracked the engine block, you're installing a new engine. Programming Insider's cost analysis shows radiator replacement at $300 to $700 depending on the bike, but that's irrelevant compared to engine damage. Tedious repairs technical documentation is explicit. Neglected radiator maintenance leads to warped heads, cracked blocks, and blown head gaskets. Those aren't repairs. Those are financial catastrophes. The fix is stupid simple. Drain old coolant, flush the system with water, refill with fresh coolant. Shop cost, $75 to $150. DIY cost, $25 to $40 for coolant. Time investment, 1 hour. Compare that to the alternative. $5,000 in 2 weeks waiting for your engine to be rebuilt. The Ansel Diagnostic Guide notes that cooling system failure symptoms appear gradually. First, the bike runs slightly hotter in traffic, then the cooling fan cycles more frequently, then temperature gauge readings creep higher during summer rides. Each symptom represents progressive damage that's easier and cheaper to prevent than repair. Number 4, chain and sprockets. Maintenance cost, $3 to $15 for lubrication. Failure cost, $400 to $800 for chain and sprocket replacement, plus potential crash damage. The Indian Motorcycle Forum documents a rider whose chain snapped at 4,600 miles. Only 4,600 miles on a new bike. The chain whipped through the rear wheel hub assembly, destroying it completely. He went down at speed. Bike totaled. The cause? Never lubricated the chain, not once. A $5 can of chain lube applied every few hundred miles would have prevented everything. Bike Becho owner forums tell similar stories. One rider's chain skipped off the sprocket mid-ride, causing sudden rear-wheel lockup and a sliding crash in the middle of traffic. Very dangerous, he noted. That's the technical term for nearly dying because you skipped 10 minutes of maintenance. Demon Tweak's technical analysis explains the mechanical reality. Without proper lubrication, chains act like abrasive sandpaper on sprockets. The metal-on-metal grinding wears both components simultaneously. A properly maintained chain lasts 15 to 20,000 miles. A neglected chain fails at 8 to 12,000 miles, taking the sprockets with it. Here's the financial trap. Chains and sprockets must always be replaced together. Running a new chain on worn sprockets accelerates wear dramatically. The worn teeth don't mesh properly with new chain links. Running a new sprocket with a worn chain does the same in reverse. Viking Bag's maintenance documentation is explicit. Replace both simultaneously or you're wasting money. Total cost, $400 to $600 for quality parts. Compare that to chain maintenance. $10 to $15 per can of lube, applied every 300 to 600 miles, taking 10 minutes. The math isn't complicated. The compliance rate is still terrible. Number 3, valve clearances. Maintenance cost, $300 to $850 for professional check and adjustment. Failure cost, $2,000 to $5,000 minimum for engine rebuild. Valve clearances are invisible until catastrophic failure, which makes them easy to ignore and expensive to fix. Too tight valves cause pre-ignition. The air-fuel mixture ignites before the spark plug fires because the exhaust valve can't dissipate heat properly. That creates detonation, which destroys pistons. Too loose valves cause loud ticking, reduced power, and eventual valve train component failure. Neither condition announces itself politely. Both end in complete engine teardown. Motor Society USA's technical analysis reveals brutal statistics. Engines with regular valve maintenance last 40% longer than neglected engines. That's not a small difference. That's the difference between a bike lasting 80,000 miles versus 50,000 miles. Carolina Cycle's dyno testing shows even worse immediate effects. Improper valve clearance causes 5 to 15% power loss and 8 to 12% worse fuel economy. You're literally paying more for gas while destroying your engine faster. Kawasaki forums document real-world failures. One rider at 15,000 miles found 13 of 16 valves out of specification during a routine check. Had he waited until 30,000 miles, as some forum experts suggested, those tight valves would have melted. Wolfmoto's technical guide explains why that's terrifying. Tight valves produce no warning sound. Loose valves tick loudly. Tight valves stay silent while they overheat, warp, and eventually burn through completely. Once a valve burns through, you're grinding valve seats, lapping surfaces, replacing valves, and potentially replacing the entire cylinder head. Triumph Thunderbird owners face $1,200 valve service quotes because the bike requires removing the fuel tank and half the bodywork just to access the valve covers. Number 2, Stator and charging system. Maintenance cost $0 for prevention, but requires proper cooling system maintenance. Failure cost $300 to $1,500 for stator replacement, plus $150 to $300 for regulator rectifier. This is the invisible killer that masquerades as battery problems. Riders replace their battery 3, 4, even 5 times before discovering the real problem is a failed stator that can't charge anything. Motorcycle habit cost data shows typical stator replacement at $300 to $400 for common bikes, but rare or vintage models hit $1,500. Labor adds another $100 to $300 depending on bike complexity. Harley-Davidson forums tell the same story repeatedly. Rider buys new battery, bike works for a week, battery dies again. Buys another battery, same result. Third battery, same failure. Finally takes it to a shop. Stator is toast. Has been for months. All those batteries were fine. The charging system just couldn't charge them. Total wasted money on batteries, $300 to $500. Actual repair cost, $600 for stator and regulator rectifier replacement together, because these components work as a system and typically fail within months of each other. The Gixxer forum documents an even worse scenario. Shop charged a rider $615 to replace both the stator and regulator rectifier when diagnostics showed only the regulator was bad. Suzuki Tech Line explicitly states that stators should be tested before replacement, not automatically swapped. But shops make more money replacing both, so both get replaced. The Triumph 675 forum shows the diagnostic nightmare. Stators with burned solder connections on coil leads that aren't visible until you remove the stator completely from the engine cover. You can test voltage all day and miss the actual failure point. Number 1, neglected maintenance causing spark plug fouling. Maintenance cost $8 to $40 for spark plugs. Failure cost $500 to $2,000, treating symptoms instead of root causes. This is the ultimate decoy failure that costs riders thousands because they replace spark plugs repeatedly without fixing why the plugs keep fouling. Dirty air filters cause rich running, which fouls plugs with carbon deposits. Improper valve clearances cause oil burning, which fouls plugs. Riders spend $200 annually replacing plugs when a $30 air filter replacement would have prevented all the fouling. Cycle Vision's technical documentation explains the trap. Fouled plugs indicate a motorcycle that won't start, rough idle, or dying at stoplights. Riders see bad plugs, replace them, bike runs fine for a month, then the same symptoms return. New plugs again, bike runs fine. Month later, same problem. They're chasing symptoms while ignoring the disease. The pattern is universal across all 9 parts. Cheap maintenance prevents expensive repairs. Spending $300 annually on chain lube, coolant flushes, air filter replacements, and brake fluid changes prevents spending $5,000 to $10,000 on emergency repairs, engine rebuilds, and catastrophic failures 300 miles from home. The difference between riders who wrench for decades and riders who give up after one expensive disaster isn't skill or knowledge. It's following the maintenance schedule in the owner's manual instead of the dealer's "you're probably fine" advice. Forum analysis across major motorcycle communities reveals a consistent pattern. Riders who meticulously follow manufacturer service intervals report significantly fewer major failures and lower total ownership costs over 10 years, compared to riders who skip recommended maintenance thinking they're saving money. The mathematics are brutal and non-negotiable. A rider who spends $300 annually on preventive maintenance over 10 years invests $3,000 total. A rider who skips maintenance saves that $3,000 initially, but spends an average of $15,000 to $20,000 on emergency repairs, towing costs, and premature part replacements over the same period. Every part on this list shares one characteristic: preventable failure. But some engines fail regardless of maintenance, and knowing which power plants to avoid before you're stranded is worth more than any amount of wrenching. Check out our breakdown of the 5 engines you should never trust on a motorcycle trip, because some problems can't be fixed with maintenance, only avoided entirely.